proud of his opportunity here. Taking out his first squat, starting off the whole flight. This is a big moment for him, I'm sure.
Nice, easy opener there. That's kind of what you want to see.
Let's see how the, yeah, it looks like after long travel, after the pressure, after this kind of competitive stage, a hectic warm-up room, getting your opener is no easy feat.
Ian Pudge of Malta, second attempt of 220 kilos.
So, yeah, it's important to make sure that you really just focus on execution, building skills, identifying problems, and correcting them. Let's see how this squat looks.
A little bit of movement in the hole there, but...
Yeah, pretty solid, though. Moved well.
And another thing to keep in mind, some of these weights being shifted are national records back home and numbers of significance back home, as well as it means something for your nation to be represented at the World Championships, and it's you who's going to do it.
100%, Ryan.
Ian Pudge of the host nation Malta, 227.5 as we begin the third round of squats. After this round of squats, we will immediately jump into the second flight openers. Look pretty nice. We'll see about depth.
Yeah, that's the question there.
125 representing Malta. Yeah, the variables of the new bench rule, we've seen it bring down some lifters' bench a little bit. Agata Shitko of Poland in the 76s. I know you're familiar.
That was a nail biter at Sheffield, where she managed to stay in the competition by only getting her third, adjusting her normal technique after finding out just how the new bench rule played out in that competition. Smooth opener there.
Yeah. Off.
Not a deal I would take, Ryan.
That's right. Ian Pudge, Malta, 132.5. And it is also a situation where you hope the national team and the lifter discuss moving into deadlifts, however they choose to handle the third attempt on bench press. We see a trend, we see a pattern. Let's adjust.
Yeah, and there's a lot of new countries that are growing and seeing changing of the guards in terms of the coaches, the lifters. Powerlifting is growing quickly, so sometimes you don't have a very well-developed coaching staff. I'm not saying that's the case here, but sometimes people are still figuring out exactly what their system is going to be. And there are growing pains with smaller federations especially. And that is something you have to navigate.
And here's a reason why you pick a weight appropriate, representing host nation of Malta.
Retaking a second here. Same weight. Let's see if he can get it this time. Self lift off. He's in control. And that looked a lot better.
Yeah, some small adjustments. Haro last summer loaded up 385, locked it out, and just came out of his hands pulling for the world title. It is extremely rare to see something like this. The 83s later today, you're going to have to come back and watch it. We're hyping it. I promise you it'll live up. 220 for Ian Pudge of Malta, the host nation.
Yeah, that just flies like an opener should on the deadlift. And yeah, it is mind-blowing to think of. Consider.
Ian Pudge, 240 kilos, representing the host nation of Malta.
Very solid pull.
3 whites. Final pull for Ian today. 252.5. Hit 240. Opting to jump up 12.5 kilos.
Yeah, he went 20 from his first to his second, and now 12 from his second to his third. If he can get this third lift, he will have added a lot of kilos spread across these 3 attempts. Wow. Ryan, there's more left.
Despite the